Hey everybody, I am Rob. I'm a military guy turned entrepreneur and attorney. We're going to try this another time, the third time, and they say that third time is a charm. But first, we're going to watch a few videos today, and hopefully we're going to be able to get to see them, and I'm going to see them with you. First, a little bit of my background. I've been doing videos on YouTube for 3 years now. I have hundreds of videos, so if you haven't subscribed to my stream already, I would encourage you to do so. I would really appreciate it. The first video that we're going to see
are
going
most
to be
men are
by a
functionally
guy
invisible.
named Orion. So he's a psychologist. And like Henry. We go. So this guy is a psychologist. Now you might ask yourself, what is a psychologist? And one of the reasons I said at the very beginning of this was I am an attorney, and I've worked with many psychologists in the past and psychiatrists. I've hired them, cross-examined them, I've examined them in trials. And to become a psychiatrist, it's a lot longer to become a psychiatrist than it is to be a psychologist. Psychiatrists can prescribe drugs, medication, I should say. Psychologists cannot. So you go to get your 4-year degree in college, and then you go to a psychology school, and I don't know how long it takes to get a psychology degree, a doctorate in psychology. I'm guessing it's take 3 or 4 years. It takes 3 years to become an attorney after college. And myself, I did it in 3 years. So I went to Boston College, and then I attended law school in Boston. And then I joined the United States Marine Corps. This man is a psychologist. Let's hear what he has to say. I want to make sure as you're hearing me okay. My audio is up in the red zone. Turn that down. I hope that helps you hear me. So this guy is Orion. Hear what he has to say.
Men are functionally invisible.
So in case you didn't hear the beginning of that, he said most men are functionally invisible. Hear it again.
Men are functionally invisible, both to other men and, more to the point, to women.
So I think the point he's trying to make here is that men are invisible to women. And as I've said prior to this many times, men are not invisible. Most men are not invisible. You might feel invisible sometimes, and you might actually be in a type of mood that you are invisible to some people. But all the time, we're not invisible to people. And I can give you a number of examples, and one is parents. You're not invisible to your parents, hopefully. Your grandparents, they know you're around. Your spouse, if you're married, he or she knows that you're around and you're not invisible to them. It might be sometimes, but everybody has their moods. So if you have children, you're not invisible to your kids. If you have a job, you're not invisible to your boss. Whether you're a man or a woman, doesn't matter. We're not invisible. It might feel like we're invisible sometimes, but 99% of the population is not invisible. And I hope everybody that's watching this today doesn't think that they're invisible. Second point that he's making is men are invisible to women. That, again, is not necessarily true either. And I can tell you why. And let me just go to full. Men are not invisible to women because a lot of times it's more more men around than there are women. And if you're talking about a relationship, if you're talking about a romantic relationship, well, the woman has to be interested in the man to see them. They might be thinking about something else when you're thinking about them. Talked about a bias that everybody has, and it's called a confirmation bias. And that means, in simple terms, that we look to confirm what we believe. We look for examples in life to confirm what we believe. So if you're a man and you think that all women think you're invisible, you're going to be getting all kinds of signs and signals that you're invisible to women. You're a guy who has confidence and that is a high value man. And I'm not talking about, you don't have to be a handsome guy with 6'4", 240 pounds. You just have to believe in yourself. And it's not too hard to do by eating healthy, going to the gym. You'll find that a lot more women might be interested in you. That's not where this video is going. That's not where this live stream is actually going. We're talking about that psychologist who said that most men are invisible to women. And they're not. I can give you another example. In Massachusetts, where I live, the women outnumber men here by about 200,000. So there's more women in Massachusetts than there are men. So if you can't get attention from women in Massachusetts or anywhere else for that matter, you might be suffering from that confirmation bias that I was just talking about. And I don't care if you watch videos on modern women and what they do in dating situations, or no matter what it is, you're going to look for it if you believe it. So let's get back to Orion because he has some other points that I want you to listen.
The biggest risk a man can take in his life is not taking a risk. If a man does not take a risk, the world passes him by. Take a risk.
So I would agree with that.
Are functional.
Don't agree that most men are invisible. You're not invisible. If you think you're invisible, you're not invisible. You're not invisible to me. You're not invisible to a lot of people. But he makes a point about taking action. Taking risk means to take action. And it doesn't have to be a big risk. It doesn't have to be the type of risk it shouldn't be the type of risk where you put yourself in danger. That's not what you should be doing. But you should be taking small steps to move in the direction that you want to move into. So if you have a hope or a dream, let's say, for instance, you want to buy a house, or you want to get a nice car, or you want to get a girlfriend or a boyfriend, or you want to improve your relationship with your coworkers, or you want to improve your relationship with your children or your spouse, then you have to take a step in that direction. It's not going to happen magically. Second video that I want is 7 Powerful Habits. And I like this one. We'll get in your car and it goes like this. We'll get in your car and you'll need to kiss me and it goes like this. We'll get in your car and you'll need to kiss me for hours and lie on the backseat. The only thing I'd like to say about this video is that the woman has a point. And that point is to have goals, hopes and dreams that you want to reach. I've seen this woman on YouTube, and she has exercise videos, and she's in really good shape. And if you want to get into shape, this woman has some really good exercise videos. So what she puts in this video is